it's Kalia Monique. My first name's Kalia, my middle name's Monique. It's Kalia Monique. Today is all about my October reading plans, and I'm so ready to let you all know what I have here. I'll be honest. Today, honestly, is more like Thrillathon recommendations. But that's okay. Because for the month of October, I don't really have very extreme reading plans. In fact, most of the books I want to read are either for a secret video or they are rereads, so that's not very interesting for you all. That being said, Thrillathon is happening in October. From midnight October 9th to midnight October 16th, we will be having the Thrillathon. If you have no clue what I am talking about, I'll have the announcement videos up in the cards. Also, we have a Discord for the Thrillathon, which I will also have linked down below. Cool. That being said, I thought that since I don't have very many reading plans for the month of October, I will go ahead and share some of my Thrillathon recommendations. I have a huge pile here, or multiple piles here, of books that I have yet to read and are thinking about reading for Thrillathon. I don't know which ones I'm going to read yet, but I thought I would share some of the books that are within my possession that would fit within the prompts. And then I also have 3 books that I have read that I recommend for the readathon, and then of course the 3 books that I'll be reading in October. That being said, of my reading plans for October, one of the books did of course inspire this look. Yes, just like I do for all of my monthly reading plan videos, I create a makeup look that is inspired by one of the books that I am the most excited to read for that month. That being said, go ahead, pause the video, and type out down below what book you think inspired this look. I will give you 3 hints right now. Okay, so the hints again are super easy in this makeup look. Okay, so hint number 1, it is a new release. It was released in September. Clue number 2, the book is written by one of my favorite authors. And clue number 3, the book actually will fit with the Thrillathon prompts, and I am going to try my hardest to save it for Thrillathon, although I have had to wait this long to read the book, and I really want to read this book. So, just a review of those 3 clues, along with this look. The 3 clues that I have given you is that it is a new release by one of my favorite authors, and it fits within the Thrillathon prompts. This is my number 1 read for Thrillathon. I am so excited to read this book this month. That being said, the other 2 books that I will be reading this month that are not associated with Thrillathon, yeah, pretty sure. I don't really know. First and foremost, I have These Violent Delights. This is the Owl Crate edition, so hold on. Let me actually have it so that the title is showing. Whoa! There are things in the window! Are these people or creatures? What? Oh my, there literally are eyes in every single window. How did I miss that before? Let me find out this book would fit within Thrillathon. Actually, no, I'm not going to save every book I want to read for Thrillathon. That is a surefire way for me not to read anything. Like I was saying, the first book that I have that I will be reading in October and have purposely waited until October to read because the next book comes out in November, I believe, and that is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Very excited to get to this one. All I know is that it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in 1926 Shanghai. So, and it deals with like competing gangs or something. Yeah, that one right there. Oh, I'm so excited to get to it. Next we have Black Joy, which is edited by Charlie Brinkhurst Cuff and Timmy Saltier. I'm pretty sure I have messed up both of y'all's last name. And watch Timmy not even be pronounced Timmy. Edited by 2 amazing people. But what really had me interested in this book is, first of all, look at it. The book is orange. That's my favorite color. It is titled Black Joy. We love that in this household. And Miss Farida Abike Yemede is one of the writers. She wrote one of the essays in this book. I am so excited. This book is a collection of essays centering around Black joy and the celebration of Black joy, written by various Black writers in Britain, I believe, or simply the UK. Yep, Black British authors. I'm just very excited to read about. Okay, whoa, so many things here. Okay, it says this uplifting and empowering essay collection by 28 inspirational voices celebrates being Black British. Join them as they share their experience of joy and what it means to them. I'm just, yes. So excited to be getting to this one in October. And now I have 5 piles here of books that fit within the Thrillathon prompts, and in no particular order, I'm gonna just go through them. So first and foremost, I only have one slasher that I own, and that's because I don't want to read. I don't, what? Why? Anyways, and that is the Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendricks. I think I have spoken about this book. Oh, I think I mentioned what this book is about in my haul. When I hauled this book. It is a support group for Final Girls. And as the time goes on, someone starts to target the Final Girls and tries to kill them off. And so, yeah, I don't read slashers. If I read this book, I will absolutely use it for that prompt, as well as the reading a book that is outside of your comfort zone, because we don't... No. I don't even like watching slashers. Why would I read one? Next up, we're going to go in my mystery pile here. Next up, we have Velvet Was the Knife by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Ooh, okay. It says Velvet Was the Knife is an edgy, simmering historical novel for lovers of smoky noirs and anti-heroes. All I really know about this book is that a woman goes missing and the 2 main characters are connected to her in some way, or very interested in the mystery that is her disappearance. And so they investigate it. Sounds stunning to me. This, again, fits under the read a mystery prompt. Yeah. The next mystery I have is The Inheritance of Orchestra de Vena by Zoretta Cordova. This one follows a family in which the matriarch passes away, and when she does, she turns into a tree, and then her descendants start to not develop. I don't know if they develop these like magical capabilities, or if like just like their surroundings are more magical. Something has to do with like fantastical things occurring to those in the Orchestra line, but someone is out to get the Orchestra family and are, I believe, killing off members of the family. And so the 3 people we are following go back to Ecuador and are trying to understand who is this person trying to kill off the Orchestra line, and why are they trying to kill off the Orchestra line. So yeah, I am very interested in getting to this one. It sounds absolutely stunning to me. Also, I think it's magical realism. I think I had mentioned this again when I hauled this book, but it reminds me kind of the magical realism of Agua para Chocolate and Bestiary. Like, it doesn't quite seem like fantasy to me, and I could be totally wrong, but the synopsis to me didn't really sound like fantasy. It sounded more like magical realism, so I'm very excited to get to it. The next one I have is A Lesson in Vengeance, which is dark academia, and it deals with witchcraft. Honestly, this might have belonged in my paranormal pile, if I'm being honest. But I do know that there is a mystery of the main character's girlfriend was murdered, I believe. The main character's girlfriend suffered a tragic death, and so the main character went on a break from school and is returning back to the school. Oh, it's high school? Why was I thinking this was college the whole damn time? Oh, no wonder. This takes place in a boarding school then. So her girlfriend dies a tragic death, and she is returning to the school and finds herself back in the mystery of how her girlfriend died, and is answering that question, I believe. It deals with witchcraft and also, I believe, a secret society. I also forgot to mention that A Lesson of Vengeance is by Victoria Lee. The next book here is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. I really liked Stalking Jack the Ripper. I heard that this book is even better. I have been meaning to get to this book for a very long time. It's dealing with like a serial killer, and I believe he's draining people's blood. Okay, I really don't remember the characters' names. My bad. I do remember Thomas, and of course that would be the name that I can see in the book. But I don't remember the main female character's name. That her and Thomas start to follow the mystery that is who are the people, or who is the person killing these people. Also, she is a coroner, I believe, or training to be a coroner, so there's all this like old time forensics happening. Next, I have a box set, which clearly I'm not going to read this entire box set for Thrillathon, although I could. And that is the Truly Devious Trilogy by Maureen Johnson. This follows I Don't Know, and they are really into true crimes, and they're at a boarding school, I believe. Before the school was founded, or like at the very beginning of the school's history, there was a murder or a series of murders. The main character for this book decides that for one of her projects, she's going to investigate the mystery of the murders that happened long, long ago. This is what the whole trilogy follows. We're going to go with the paranormal section next, and under that we have another box set, and that is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I have already read The Daughter of Smoke and Bone. After I read that, I bought this box set. I really like that story, and I'm very excited to continue on with it. At least reading the second book. It deals with like angels and demons, so it's a very interesting world. Like I have mentioned time and time again, I really like Laini Taylor's style of writing. It's just something about when I read the synopsis, I just expect nothing from it. It doesn't really seem like it's something I would be interested in, and then I read the book and I am entranced by the story. So Laini Taylor is herself some type of magician. Oh, speaking of Prince Dracula, I have A Dowry of Blood, which I was going to read this month, being September, and then we started planning the Thrillathon, and I was like, you know what, I actually want to read that for Thrillathon. So this one is a very high priority for me to read in Thrillathon, and this is a lyrical and dreamy reimagining of Dracula's Brides. A Dowry of Blood is a story of desire, obsession, and emancipation. That line is just stunning to me, and so I really want to get to this book. And this is by, I keep forgetting to mention the authors for some reason, and of course, A Dowry of Blood is by S.T. Gibson. The next book I have here is The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. My friend Amber gifted me this book a while ago, and I was very interested in reading it. It's found family in like these women that worked at a brothel, I believe, end up standing with each other after one of the women accidentally kills one of the men, or maybe not accidentally, I don't know that much about the book, but she ends up killing one of the men that visits the brothel, and they all just like stand together and like run away in order to keep her safe, but they all have these branding on their faces that marks them as property of that brothel. And so it says here that now pursued by powerful forces, both human and inhuman, they begin a harrowing journey to find freedom, justice, and revenge. Yes, that inhuman part is where I'm getting the paranormal part of this. I don't know. It was a very vague synopsis, so I have a very vague understanding of whether or not it actually fits within the prompt, but I for one am very intrigued to get to this one. Plus I do know that Janelle from Beauty in the Books had a like bonus prompt in order to make it to 10 prompts, which was to have a book with Halloween colors. And so in solidarity with Janelle, purple, green, Halloween. I have The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovalino. This is just a very stunning addition from Illumicrate. Paranormal, also a book that scares me. I don't know if you have seen the original covers for this book. The UK, the US, pick one. Both of them are ugly to me. Not to mention, one of them actually has the devil on it, and I was like, "Thank you, Illumicrate, for not using that cover." Because we're not letting the devil into this house. I'm mad that I have mentioned the name so many times. But yeah, a book that scares me, and and it fits within paranormal, of course. When Tess and Elliot stumble upon an ancient book hidden in a secret tunnel beneath their school library, really sounds like they had no business being there. They accidentally release a devil from his book-bound prison, and he'll stop at nothing to stay free. So not only did they have no like, what are you doing underneath your school library? All the books are up there. Like, why are we under the library? Anyways, under the library to grab a book? Does that not scream getting cursed? Oh, do you not watch television? Anyways, it's pretty, so I really want to read it in October, and I want to read it for Thrillathon, but I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I know this is YA, right? So it shouldn't be that bad, but also a devil? I don't. Next up, another book that is kind of very high on my priority for Thrillathon is The Taking of Jake Livingston. Much like A Dowry of Blood, I was planning on reading this month, and then we started planning the Thrillathon, and I was like, oh no, I want to read this for that. And this follows Jake Livingston, who is a medium, and one day he finds the ghost of a boy that orchestrated a school shooting and killed himself at the end of that, and he begins to be haunted and, I believe, just psychologically tortured by this ghost. So check out, I will have the content warnings for The Taking of Jake Livingston down below in my description, but definitely check that out if you're interested in this book. I'm very excited to get to this one. Taking of Jake Livingston is written by Ryan Douglas. I have 2 books here under thrillers. I don't read very many thrillers, which is why I don't own that many books that would fit under this category. But I have 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This one deals with a couple who decide to quarantine together in like Ireland or something. Oh my god, I was right! In Dublin, Ireland. Sarah and Oliver meet in a supermarket K in Dublin and start dating the same week COVID-19 reaches Irish shores. Why? But the couple decides to quarantine together, and at the end of the 56 days, one of them is dead. Is it the other person's fault? Who is the person dead? Nobody. Someone knows. I'm just not that person. But I believe Sydney has read this book and she really liked it. In fact, I believe that's why I bought this book. I believe that's why I picked it for Book of the Month. I'm intrigued to read this one, especially because it'll be the first book I read that discusses COVID-19. Or I don't know about if it discusses it, but COVID-19 is in this book. And have I healed from the trauma of living through it? Probably not. Is it a good decision to trigger that trauma by reading it? Probably not, but I'm still living it, so. The next book I have is Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline. Oh, sorry. The fire made it hard for me to read it. By Angeline Bullier? I think Bully. Firekeeper's Daughter is an electrifying thriller layered with a rich exploration of modern Native experience, a reckoning of current and historical injustice, and a powerful celebration of community. I have been wanting to get to this book for the longest time. I really, really want to read it. If not for Thrillathon, then for the month of October. Like, I have been meaning to get to this book for quite a while. It is just a little chunky for a thriller, in my opinion. Oh, wait, never mind. The text is huge. Okay. Oh, well, isn't that great? But yeah, I'm very interested in getting to this book. I live in Washington State, the Pacific Northwest. I live on stolen land, and I always want to read more about Native American experiences. And the fact that this one is in the frame or in the theme of a thriller is just so fascinating to me. And so, very excited to get to this one. The next one up is Read a Book That Scares You. And I have, I think one's a comic book, the other two are mangas. First up, in Reading a Book That Scares You, I have Monstrous by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. I've really been meaning to get to this one. Haven't had the chance to get to it yet, but this one also would fall under a paranormal because the main character is not what she seems. Set in an alternate world of Art Deco beauty and steampunk horror. Okay. Micah Hallwolf, a teenage survivor of a cataclysmic war between humans and Arcanics. In the face of oppression and terrible danger, Micah is both hunter and hunted, searching for answers about her mysterious past as those who seek to use her remain just one step behind. And all the while, the monster within her begins to awaken. So yeah, there's also that paranormal element, but I heard from others, I don't remember who at this point because literally I've been meaning to read this book for months now, but I've heard from whoever was the reason I bought this book that it gets scary at times. And so I thought this would be a cool addition for a book that scares you. But honestly, it probably fits more under the paranormal prompt, depending on who you are as a person. Next up, absolutely a book that scares me. Tomi. I picked this book up a while ago, and I just never finished it because I kept getting scared when I would flip through the pages. I'm not about to do that now because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me a third time, and clearly I'm a fucking idiot. But anyways, I've started Tomi. And I could never finish it because I kept flipping through pages too early and landing on a terrifying page because the illustrations in this book are quite horrifying. Go off Junji Ito for that because, listen, I literally was about to do it again. Because Junji Ito really knows how to tell a story and how to depict it in his illustrations. And so there were just these horrifying scenes I kept seeing. And so I was like, okay, I can't read it before bedtime. Joke's on me because, girl, you work 2 jobs. The only time I have to read is before bedtime. Like, what? So, yeah, this will definitely be a project for Thrillathon for me personally because I picked up the book already. Like, just gotta keep reading it. Next up, also by Junji Ito, I have Shiver, which is a collection of his short stories that he has illustrated. But again, just like the art and everything, Junji Ito is a horror manga writer. I adore everything this man writes. Damn, like, look at the cover. I'm not gonna zoom in because, like, that's terrifying. But just, wow. Just, yeah, this man really knows how to scare a person with words and pictures. Mainly pictures. Them illustrations are terrifying. And that is all of the prompts for Thrillathon of books that I have not yet read. All of those books are on my TBR. I have grabbed all of these books from my TBR cart. Clearly, I'm doing a terrible job of actually reading those books. Next up, I have 3 books here that I have read and also fit within the Thrillathon prompts. So I definitely recommend you read them. These are books that I really love. In fact, I gave all 3 of these books 5 stars. So first up, we have Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It follows 3 secret societies within a college and deals with all the, like, classism and racism that one would think would be associated with white people in a secret society. But nonetheless, this black girl finds her way in. So, yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed the story within this. The prompts that this would cover are paranormal because there are creatures in here that are not of this world. Okay. Also, I I would say mystery more so than a thriller, because there is the mystery of how is the secret society connected to Bree's mother's death. Next up, again, for reading a mystery or a thriller, because this book is marketed as a thriller. Personally, in my opinion, it is a combination of both of the genres. Like, it is paced more like a mystery, but the atmosphere is more of a thriller, and that is The Other Black Girl by Zakiyah Dalila Harris. Really love this book. Again, just like Legendborn and the other book I'm about to mention, I gave the book 5 stars. It breaks my heart every time I watch someone's video and they don't like it as much. The Other Black Girl provides commentary on the racism within the publishing industry. After a new black girl enters the office, in which Nella was the only black girl before, all of a sudden Nella begins to receive messages and notes telling her terrifying things, one of which was to leave Wagner now. And so there's this whole mystery of who is sending the notes, why are they sending the notes, and is the new black girl in any way a part of this. I personally liked it because of just like the blackness within this book, but also Nella in no way, shape, or form was perfect. And honestly, I was not on her side for a good portion of this book. Like, there was like a lot of her thoughts and a lot of the like racism that she internalized that was definitely depicted within this book. As a narrator, you can tell that as Nella is commenting on this like racism with around her, or some of the racism that she's had to deal with as one of the only black girls in the office, and then still hearing her thoughts and being like, okay, sis, but you've also greatly internalized a lot of this racism yourself and are kind of contributing to the problems as well. And so it was very interesting to be inside her mind, and it just provided that experience of me really vibing with the culture of this book, but also the commentary within this book. And then again, having Nella being a narrator that I don't believe that the reader was actually supposed to like. Like, I don't think we're supposed to like Nella. I still really like the book. Like, even though I didn't necessarily like the main character, it didn't get in the way of my enjoyment of the book. And next up, no one is surprised. No one is surprised. You know I have to do it. You know I had to. Of course, the other book I'm going to recommend you read if you have not already read. Why? What about, how are you following me and you haven't yet read this book? But the next book I'm going to recommend to you, no one's surprised, Ace of Spades. Read Ace of Spades, y'all. Read it. Read this book. Please. I even pulled out the other copy for you, because yes, I have 2 copies of this book. Read Ace of Spades, bro. Like, why? Read it. Read it. Alright, and of course, we have gotten to that time. That is all my recommendations for you, along with some of the books that I haven't yet read, but fit under the prompts, so they have a good likelihood of me reading them. And now that we have gotten Thrillathon out of the way, it is time to get to the book that inspired this look. Did you guess it? I'm giving you extra time right now. Type in the comment section below what book you think inspired this look. And so, with no further ado, the book that inspired this look, the book that I am the most excited to get to for this month, the book I am the most excited to read for Thrillathon, and honestly is my one and only priority goal for Thrillathon. I know I have other prompts I gotta fill with Thrillathon, but this is my priority. I don't care what else happens that week. I mean, I clearly care about Thrillathon itself and like y'all and everything, but like this book here, this book right here, I'm so excited. If I am able to wait until Thrillathon to read this book, I practice a lot of self-restraint for y'all. Point is, the book that inspired this mystery look is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just want to hug it. Do y'all remember in my 100 subscribers video, my Q&A that I did for my 100 subscribers thing, I said that Moira and David here are my most prized possession on my bookshelf. I mean, I have a lot of prized possessions on my bookshelf, but David and Morton, yeah, none of that matters because Tiffany D. Jackson touched this book. She held. No, I mean, I don't know about held, but she touched this book at some point. And then she wrote my name, and she wrote in the book, and she signed it. Okay. Uh, but it says here, New York Times bestselling author Said Then Tiffany D. Jackson blends a chilling psychological thriller with her own modern take on the classic haunted house story in a novel that will have you wondering what lies beneath your own floorboards. Oh, okay. Whoa, now. We don't. That's not. Whoa, hold on. I don't want to wonder. I don't want to wonder what's below. Oh, no. Bro, am I about to be scared? So yeah, apparently this book would fit under a book that scares you or scares me. I don't want to think that things are under the floorboards. Oh no. Tiffany D. Jackson has me by the throat. So ready to read this one. Like I said, it fits under a book that scares you. And wait, is that thriller? Duh. It says psychological thriller, and I still was like, which prompt does it fit under? I'm over myself. Anyways, yes, White Smoke. Absolutely excited to get to it this month. I want to read these for Thrillathon. White Smoke, The Taking of Jake Livingston, and A Dowry of Blood. My TBR for October is These Violent Delights, Black Joy, and White Smoke. That is all for my Thrillathon recommendations for you. That is all for my October reading plans. Did you enjoy this video? Did you enjoy my face, my voice, my actionness? If you did, go ahead and press that like button down below and press the subscribe button and the bell notification if you like to be notified when I upload. Go ahead and leave your Thrillathon TBRs down below in the comment section. I can't wait to read them. If you would like to support this channel further, I of course will have my Amazon wishlist and my coffee linked down below as well. And I believe that that is everything, although I am probably forgetting something because I always forget something. But bye guys.